In this video, I'm gonna show you how to add validation in reactive forms. First of all, I need to add validation for the name. I have only one required property, which is name. It can accept array. This is a default value, which is empty string. Now I'm gonna call validated start required. I need to pass the reference of this method. Validators is a class. I got this class from the Angular forms module. Let me show you the validations class in the documentation. If you will search the validators, click on this validators. Validators is a class, and these are all the static methods of this class. I have used this required method. Let me click on this one. Validator that requires control to have a known empty value. If you want to see the source code, let me click on the source code. This is a class of validator, and these are all the static methods. So I have used this one, static required control, abstract control. The return type of this method is validation errors or null. Simply it is checking the input value. Now I'm gonna add validation on the template side. I need to open the company form component.html. Here I need to add some text. I'm gonna add new paragraph. This paragraph will say name is required property. Name is required. Go to localhost :42,000. Let me try to create new company. Name is required properties. We need to fix it. It only displayed when the name is invalid. You did not provide the name. Let me do it. How can you implement it? I want to add ngIf directive. In this directive, I need to add the logic. I need to get the company form dot controls name dot valid if is invalid, and you touched to the form company form dot controls dot touched is true. Let me show you. Did it implement? Yeah. Nope. What I need to do, if invalid, if not touched test is good. What's wrong with that? Company form dot controls dot name. Yeah, it looks good. Let me try invalid. It looks good. If you did not provide the name, this name is required pop-up. I want this name is required in red color. Let me add the CSS property. Open the company form dot component dot CSS. Here we need to add the new class. I'm gonna add has error, and the color should be red. Bam. Let me apply this class. Has error. Boom, everything is good. If you will not provide the name, it will show you the validation error. Name is required property. Now I want to disable this submit button. If form is invalid, we need to disable it. Let me show you how can you do it. Here I am going to do First of all, I want to tell you how did I access these properties. Go to the inspect the elements. I am going to use Augury here. If you don't know about Augury, is a Chrome extension for Angular 2 debugging. Augury, the name of this. Yeah, you have to install these plugins or Chrome extension. Let me find the company form component. Here is a form group, company form group. This is a controls object, and here is a name is a form control, city is a form control, address is also a form control. Name has this property, name dot touched, value invalid. This is an object of form control. Let me show you the form control. Form control will have these properties. Did you see that? Valid, invalid. These are the boolean getter property. Touched is another boolean property. A control is marked touched once the user has triggered a blurred event on it. If you want to see the source code, let me show you. Yeah. Form control is inherited this from the abstract control. These are the valid properties. Valid, invalid, boom. Returning simple boolean value. Now I want to disable this button. If form is invalid, I need to disable it. How can you do it? I am going to use property binding disable only when company form dot invalid. What is wrong? Disabled. Yeah. Company form. Oops. What I'm doing? Yeah, I need to add into the button. Disabled property, disable, and name company form dot invalid. If form is invalid, please disable this button. Let me show you. Bam. Form is invalid. It has disabled. Let me validate this form. I'm gonna add new company name, LinkedIn. Boom, form is valid now. I can also add this validation in company form component.ts. Let me add the validation here. Get rid of this console.log. I don't need it. If this dot company form dot valid, then you need to send the request to the backend server to create the form. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna create a new company, Google city. I'm gonna add some random address. Yeah, I think company has created successfully. Found. This is a MongoDB response.